structure has changed so much that that's where you're seeing all these rotations. You know, the most profitable company on Wall Street is James Street. You have all of these algorithms and quantitative funds that are chasing where they can build positioning. I think partly, to your point, yeah, the economy's great and the stress tests help, but I think you're seeing a rebuilding of positioning right now that's momentum oriented in financials. And a lot of people question, well, why did you buy JP Morgan last week? It's because I believe that you would see a lot of these funds come in and begin to build positioning. And momentum is becoming more and more of a powerful force as market structure is changing. So the answer to your question, I think it's TBD. I think the market is going to remain stable and good for the remainder of the year. And I think you're going to see this continued rotation where these quant funds can find alpha generation opportunities in a very short period of time.
Even other cohorts, if you believe that you've squeezed all the juice out of the mega cap orange, then why wouldn't you go to these other places? Please do.
Yeah. Give me IWC. This is iShares Microcap. It's like $1 billion ETF. None of the components in here can really take on a ton of value. But when you look at what this is made up of, it's technology, industrials, and biotech. Give me like a 5 year on this. This thing has literally caught fire. People are asking the question.
I'm not sure if you guys can, if I can see comments. Why can't I see comments?
10 or 15%, or let's call it 1,000 or 1,500 basis points above the benchmark that I'm going to get, probably coming from Microsoft and Tesla.
Oh yeah, now I can see it.
Understand that. So what else can I do? You're seeing people who are small and nimble enough do things like this. I also want to show you a couple of best stocks in the market. JP Morgan is in the all-time high right now, 338. And the only real headline of any consequence is people talking about Jamie Dimon's retirement once again for the 900th time. CVS. Is anyone bullish on CVS that you've met in recent months? Anyone talking about this stock? Best stock in the market, putting the hundo right now as we speak. Hold this back a little bit longer. This is a big enough market cap where a lot of people can make money in this. So to answer your question, Judge, there's a whole big market out there playing these breakouts, finding momentum in unexpected places like Microsoft, microcaps like healthcare. And I think that can continue, and we don't need the Mag 7 at the top of the 55.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Let me see if I can put, can I put your comments on stage?
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about more committee moves that we have. We have our top calls of the day, best stocks in the market.
So today we're going to be discussing some updates on market conditions and some chit chat on crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs. Extremely bullish on NFTs personally. I know that a lot of people are not gonna be happy about NFTs, are not really bullish on NFTs. They've lost money in NFTs, and sometimes it can be a bit harsh on some people because they put their money, basically most of their money, their savings into an investment, and end up basically losing that investment or losing a big chunk of it. And so their normal reaction would be to just say, either I got scammed, or NFTs are a scam or bullshit, etc. And so we're going to be discussing that today. We're going to be also discussing market updates when it comes to regular markets, traditional markets, TradFi, so the Dow, Nasdaq, etc. We're going to also be discussing what's happening with Bitcoin, with STRC. I mean, come on, guys. MicroStrategy. I've been shorting MicroStrategy for the longest time, and I'm telling you, this is a bullshit stock. I've been telling you all along, this is a bullshit stock. You just short the shit out of it. It's going to zero. And it's going to go to zero. There's no debate that this is going to go to zero. It's a fucking Ponzi. It's not a Ponzi in in the kind of original definition of what a Ponzi is, but it is a Ponzi in the modern definition of what 2026 is all about. So technically, for those of you who don't know, MicroStrategy, founded by Michael Saylor, what it does is it buys Bitcoin and it basically accumulates Bitcoin, and from that accumulation, it pays out, which is weird, it pays out some dividends on preferred stock. Come on, guys, come on. Yeah, how can you just rely on you buying Bitcoin, hoping that Bitcoin, or relying on the fact that Bitcoin is going to keep going up, so you keep paying your dividends, which is not like which is not a small amount. It's like 9% in dividend, and so you're relying on that payment, and that payment basically is not coming because Bitcoin is not going up. So what do you do? Well, you sell your Bitcoin, and he started selling some Bitcoin to pay out some dividends, and things started to basically trickle down. There's a huge problem in MicroStrategy. It's a fact, and whatever he's gonna say on the timeline, whatever he's gonna share, this is not gonna change anything. I mean, this is literally not gonna change anything, because you're gonna realize that at some point he doesn't have the money to continue basically paying them dividends. I mean, come on, he doesn't have the money to continue paying them dividends, and he's gonna realize soon enough that he's in a big problem. This is why Bitcoin is suffering, because a lot of people started accumulating Bitcoin, especially the OG investors, the big investors, Grant Cardone, Michael Saylor, the Trump family. My opinion, this is what ruined Bitcoin. This is literally what ruined Bitcoin, and I cannot like really explain it, but this is I believe this is what ruined. I think it got held in so little, like a few portfolios, to the point, guys, come on. I mean, we all realize that Bitcoin does not generate any revenue, and so if it does not generate any revenue, we're relying on more people buying Bitcoin, and if more people are buying Bitcoin, then you need more wallets. If you need more wallets, you need retail to be buying Bitcoin, and if retail is not buying Bitcoin, Bitcoin ain't going up. Bitcoin ain't going up if retail is not buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin ain't fucking going up. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down big time. And when it's gonna go down, it's gonna hurt people. And when it's gonna hurt people, it's gonna basically be bad for a lot of investors. And so, yeah, I mean, I hope that this guy goes out of the market. I'm not even following that schmuck. I'm not literally. Digital credit is income for investors who believe in Bitcoin. Cool. So that's his last post was yesterday, and he disappeared. What are we? June 25, right? Yeah, it's June 24. Check my screen. Check my screen. Okay, there we go. Can you see my screen? That's his last post. That was yesterday. Can you see it? So Bitcoin has one global consensus, is that's before. Digital credit is income for investors who believe in Bitcoin. STRC. What is it doing? What is STRC doing? Boom, boom. $76, down 5% on the day. It's bad, guys. It's bad. It's bad. And so where is this going? I think we're gonna continue basically getting some pressure on the market before we actually go back and start recuperating. I would assume Bitcoin going down to 52,000 before going up. And this is gonna be kind of pressuring on a lot of you guys, a lot of investors. Now, jumping on to a next topic, Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to suffer as well. because it's still stuck with Bitcoin, still stuck with the same kind of market dynamic. When it comes to stocks, you are not really in a good place when you're talking consumer, when you're talking about the market being healthy. In a sense, it's not healthy. But what's one thing that's healthy is the AI trade, and the AI trade is one of the healthiest trade out there. Weirdly enough, we're seeing a lot of confirmation. Yesterday's results from Micron were extremely positive, and we've seen a lot of positive momentum that was created from those earnings. Now, coming back to other stocks, I think Robinhood is gonna struggle around the $90 level and then go up to higher levels. You're gonna see, in my opinion, you're gonna see small caps recuperate. I think Bumble has a big chance of recuperating. It's not AI impacted. It's a business that does revenue, and I've been talking about Bumble for the longest time. I mean, for me, this is a stock that's just valuable. It's a stock that's pretty valuable. And when you find a stock that's generating the same amount in dollars equivalent, the same amount in dollars per quarter equivalent to its total market cap, tells you something. And investment and trading is all about fundamentals and a sense of technical analysis on the shorter run. So when you're looking at the market, try to find projects, companies, even NFTs, in crypto, in Web3, in gaming, in whatever you do. Try to find projects that have fundamental value. Try to find projects that really can generate earnings, can generate revenue, can build momentum, can have a community, can have consumers that are loyal consumers or customers that will come back to the product. Bumble is a product that everyone uses. Now, in certain degrees, and some people are fed up from Bumble, maybe some people will change, some people will move to other competitors, but Bumble's gonna stay there. And they're gonna innovate, and they are innovating. They're moving to IRL, they're creating events, they're creating experiences. And if you combine that with the narrative that entertainment is gonna be a big thing in the future, then I mean, Bumble is well positioned. Bumble is well positioned. Objectively, it's well positioned. And I would want to see how they're gonna perform in this quarter. So I'm waiting for the results for their earnings. But overall, I think that's a solid company. Now, going back to crypto and to NFTs specifically, yesterday I pulled the trigger on an Azuki Elemental Dark Spirit and got super excited. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, because I received my TCG boxes, and guys, I mean, I could not be any more excited anymore. Let me tell you. Let me show you. I'm just gonna show you the cards I received on the side, because I did not open the boxes. I'm gonna keep them closed, and once the market, once they start selling those on their website, I'm gonna buy more, and then I'm gonna rip the new ones that I'm gonna buy, and all the ones I bought in pre-sale, because I'm a holder, those are gonna stay sealed for the next, like, I don't know, 5 years maybe. They're gonna stay sealed. If Azuki works out, those are gonna fly. If they don't work out, I'll get to rip them later. So I'm good. I think that's a fair, solid strategy, and I think that would work. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this. So I received those cards, and they get you those that in plastic protectors. Look at this. So tell me this is not beautiful. Tell me this is not beautiful. I think it is. I really think it is. I really think this is really, really nice. I don't know about you, but this got me excited. And at the same time, it made me realize that Azuki has a clear path to sustainability and to growth and to scalability. So it has a clear path to sustainability, to growth, and to scalability. You might argue, I think, so these are part of AZK01. So the first kind of, in a way, kind of the first drop. So 01, right? I believe NFTs are AZK00. So they're just before the original drop. And the cool part about the first drop, which is the 00 drop, is that it's limited in supply, because there are only like whatever number of Azukis and whatever number of elementals and whatever number of beans. That's number one. Second, they have provenance. So they're the first drop by Azuki. If Azuki ends up becoming $100 billion franchise, which I believe it could, then those assets are going to be quite tradable. And number three, if Azuki ends up actually scaling, those NFTs are, in a way, are the most provable asset, I would say, right? Because can you prove this is done by Azuki? I mean, you could, because they have some identifiers inside of it, inside each card, and then you could check and then check the track record, etc. But there's no way to actually prove 100% that this is actually made by Azuki. Versus the elemental that I bought yesterday, one of 86 available, one of 86. And here I want to highlight something, whether elementals or beans, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When those became like collectibles, just like cards, you really have to look at how many items from this specific item you're buying are there. It's a different dynamic. So it's one of 86 dark spirits. It doesn't matter if it's an elemental or an OG Azuki. There is one of 86 dark spirit elementals, and therefore it's technically as rare as a spirit. Now, Azuki will always prioritize the OG spirits over the dark elementals. That said, the gap between those two is not going to be that far or that divergent when trading picks up. That's kind of my theory. That's why I'm kind of bullish on buying grails, and I think that we experienced that in the Bored Ape ecosystem, in the Yuga ecosystem, because we realized that, hey, people want grails. I mean, I bought this as a grail. I bought this as a grail. Only four of this available with the tuxedo. Shita Tuxedo King Crown. And that's something I'm really excited about. And that's something I'm really not only excited about, but kind of bullish on objectively. I do believe that you could buy a grail and then make money with that grail in the next 3 to 4 years, irrespective the price of Ethereum. NFTs will suffer, will struggle, will suffer in the next few months because obviously ETH is under pressure, and those NFTs are priced in ETH, and so you're going to see the actual value of NFTs drop because Ethereum is dropping. But it will calibrate, because think about it. If I bought an NFT for $7,000, right? I bought it for 4 ETH. 4 ETH is like $7,000. Will I sell it for 4 ETH if ETH goes down to, let's say, $1,000? So my total would be $4,000. But hey, I'm not dumb. I mean, I did buy it for $7,000. So I'm not going to sell it for less than $7,000 if I think that the project is actually working and there's a potential for this company to actually go up and this token to actually go up. Yeah, I'm not sure if you are able to comment. No one's commenting, which is weird. I haven't seen not one single comment. Maybe you guys are not commenting. I don't know. Because there are like 49 people on this stream, but I can't seem to see your comments. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Oh, you're here. Okay, wow, weird. But there's like, okay. Hello. Oh, okay, from X. Okay, but no one is like commenting from YouTube. So it's just from X? It's just from X. There's no comments from YouTube. Because it's a stream that's on both. So I'm not sure. There are 50 viewers on the stream. It's weird. Yeah. So anyway, point is, what do you guys think? Are you into NFTs? Are you actually interested? Do you hold any NFTs? Oh, and the viewers are increasing, not decreasing. Private chat. Oh, there's a private chat here. Cool. Okay, I can use banners. Let's see. Okay. Talking, market updates, MSTR, NFTs, and crypto. Let's see if it works. If I can highlight this. Okay, show. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, it shows. Cool. So guys, let me know, are you in NFTs? Are you actually buying? Are you holding? Do you have any NFTs or not? Really interested. Yo, MK. There we go. There's someone in NFTs finally. But I'm not sure why YouTube is not getting the comments across, which is weird. So anyway, I bought, yeah. So that's what I bought yesterday. Hang on. Let's see if we find it. Let's see if what elementals are there. Hang on. Elementals. Oh no. Elementals. Yeah, there we go. Bro, elementals are so cheap. So cheap. It's crazy. Elementals are so cheap. Yeah, I got this one. Just love it. I loved it. MK, waiting to buy the dip. Buys are not great. I know, bro. I know, but listen. But let me tell you. To be honest, I think that every time the market dips, X becomes so negative. It becomes kind of stupid. Because where do we think the market is going? I mean, if we have a full narrative of what's going to happen in the next few years, first of all, do we get confirmation that AI is going to be part of our lives? Yes, we do. I mean, there is no debate that AI is part of our daily lives and is going to impact our lives in every way, shape, or form. Number one. Number two, do we believe that the AI trade is real or is it a bubble? Yesterday, Micron's results proved that the AI trade is real. There is demand for memory. There's demand for chips. There's demand for data centers. There's demand. Objectively, there is demand. Now, do we believe that the future has a digital layer? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Because it's the easiest way to transfer monetary value. It's the easiest way to transfer monetary value. And so this is gonna be, in a way, the future of what trading art collectibles is gonna be about. Now, if personally, if I wanted to be bearish about something, I would honestly, not the Azuki TCG, because the Azuki TCG is pretty unique and pretty special. I received those yesterday. I showed them before. Beautiful art, really beautiful art. Look at that Bobo. Beautiful art. But if I wanted to be bearish about something, I would be bearish about TCGs in general. I think there's a lot of speculation on TCGs and much less demand, to the point that honestly, I really think there's going to be a dip on TCGs, on TCG cards. I mean, people collecting TCGs are kind of relying on one website to value a TCG, a card, like a rare card, and they're relying on a PSA grading that kind of does not really make sense, because exactly, it will drop at some point, definitely will drop at some point, versus NFTs, where demand is objectively there for those small, they're not big collections. Look at what's happening with the Bored Ape events. So many people are getting introduced to Bored Apes. It's going to take time. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be maybe in a month. But as we continue doing those activations, and they launch their social club, what's going to happen? More people are going to get introduced. They're going to want to hold an ape, at least one ape, as an identity token, and demand's going to increase, and you're going to have more demand, less supply, and you're going to have a jump in price. Especially that grails are getting picked up and collected, so they literally taken aside and collected. So you're going to end up with a very small supply. It's inevitable. Like, in my opinion, there is no debate on whether continuing those activations, continuing activity, and then dropping new updates is going to bring new users to the Yuga ecosystem. Same thing for Azuki. Same thing for Azuki. Same thing for Azuki. So this is gonna potentially, in my opinion, this is gonna push NFTs back to the forefront. Look at what Gary Vee is doing. He's pushing VeeFriends. He's gonna keep pushing VeeFriends. At some point, there's gonna be I'm from the opinion that at some point there's gonna be a switch. There's gonna be literally a switch, and people are gonna realize, oh, these companies are actually doing something. These companies are actually growing. These companies are actually performing, selling. They're sustainable. They're staying on the longer run. The Azuki TCG is launching. Their manga is launching. I think the team Azuki and Steamboy understand very well what made the success of Dragon Ball, what made the success of One Piece, what made Naruto succeed, what made Pokemon succeed, and they're gonna try to build the story on the basis of what made those anime succeed. It's just the same way they did it with art, the same way they did it with NFTs. I mean, they produced the best NFTs out there in the market. Objectively, from an art perspective, they did produce the best NFTs out there, and they're producing right now one of the best, if not the best, TCG games out there. And art is incredible, easy to play, easy to understand. I'm assuming they thought out their manga, and they're gonna produce something that's gonna create excitement for a lot of younger crowds, and those crowds are gonna be growing up knowing more about Azuki, knowing about the manga. The name is so catchy, the branding is so catchy, the characters are so catchy, the art is extremely catchy. It's a question of time. So I'm gonna be collecting. Objectively, I'm gonna be collecting. I mean, NFTs in terms of dollars, especially after Art Basel, you have to be there next year, man. You love it. I would love to be there. I would love to be there. Seriously. Wow. I didn't know it was. I missed it. I should have gone. I should have been there. I was planning on going, but I missed it. To be honest, I really missed it. And next year, I promise, I'm gonna be there. Next year I'm gonna be there. But point is, look at CryptoPunks, bro. Look at CryptoPunks. I mean, I hold my punk. I'm never selling my punk. I mean, why would I sell my punk? Why would I actually sell my punk? It's very easy. I'm gonna explain in a split second. Okay, this punk, right? This punk is one of the punks that was part of a Christie's auction. So what do you guys think? I mean, it's provenance, it's history, it's kind of a narrative where a lot of people who have money are going to want to differentiate themselves from others by owning something that's actually limited. You buy a Patek today, you buy an AP, an Audemars Piguet, okay, or any other watch. You're trying to differentiate yourself from others. It's like, you have to face it. I mean, if you're buying an Audemars or a Patek or any luxury watch, a Rolex, I mean, I'm not sure who still buys Rolex, but anyway, if you love Rolex, then great for you. But if you're buying Rolexes or any luxury watch, you're trying to differentiate yourself. Well, guess what? Rolex produces 1 million watches a year. So what do you expect is going to happen with the value when no buyers show up at the door of authorized dealers and there's no waiting list anymore? Prices are going to crash. And there's one thing that will remain that's really limited in supply, because you cannot recreate a collection that has been minted back in 2021 and 2022, because this is the collection that has been minted in that year specifically, and this is the OG collection. It's never going to repeat. So if you hold one of 10,000 Bored Apes or one of 10,000 CryptoPunks, the early CryptoPunks, the 2017 CryptoPunks, the OG of what crypto, the OG collection of what crypto was all about back then, one of the OGs, because someone's going to mention Mooncats and stuff. Yeah, I agree. There are a lot of projects that were there at the time, but CryptoPunks is the one that is most famous from that era, from that period. People are going to want to collect this, and people are going to run after grails. And it's going to be an entertaining search and quest running after grails. That's what's going to happen, guys. This is what's going to happen. This is why I'm extremely bullish on NFTs. I'm going to be collecting. I'm going to exactly an artifact of the blockchain history, bro. I mean, one thing people do not realize and think that, yeah, I could buy later, but the time held is provable on chain. So Yuga introduced a feature that shows you on your collector profile when was the first time you actually owned an ape. So people are now running basically to try to connect their older wallets because they want to have that badge on their profile that they've been there since 2022 and since 2023. This is actually happening. And you can prove that on chain. So when you think I'm going to buy later, you do not understand what blockchain is all about. Blockchain is all about owning for a certain period a certain token, provable on chain, and then being able to basically show proof of that. And so once you realize that you need to buy as early as possible and hold, right? I think your mindset is going to change, and your shift towards collecting is gonna change. I mean, I hold Azuki since mint. My first dark spirit was last year. My second dark spirit is yesterday, and I know that in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, I could go back, or I could look back and say, hey, I've been holding a dark spirit for 5 years. I think that's an added value. That's an investment all about, that's an investment by itself. That's literally an investment by itself. Holding for a period of time is an investment by itself. And my opinion is that NFTs are gonna make it. They're being blocked. I think they're being blocked. I'm gonna be honest here. I think OpenSea is not doing what needs to be done for NFTs. That's my opinion. I think they're not focusing on NFTs. They went for perps. They went for so many activations that I do not believe serve NFTs. I think they should have gone for collectors. They should have literally gone and catered for more collectors. For example, they removed the deal feature. So you cannot exchange NFTs. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? This was one of the nicest features you had. I could literally propose a deal to MK. Hey, I'll trade you my punk for yours because yours looks more like me, maybe, or less like me, or whatever. Or I have some attachment to a certain trait that your punk has, and so I'm gonna trade you my punk versus yours. I'm gonna add some ETH to it to kind of sweeten the deal. And OpenSea removed it. Exactly, because they're not getting fees. But the problem is, what they don't understand, and what business development over there did not really understand, is your fees are coming from collectors, from flippers at some point, but also from collectors. And what you could do is create another revenue stream for people to experience, to have a collector experience, build a customized collector profile and charge fees for it. I would gladly pay a subscription on my collector profile. That would be what? $2, $3, $5, $10 a month to actually have a collector profile for all my NFTs, with badges, with time held, with a lot of analytics on like the situation of my, or the holding status in each collection. I would very much appreciate a collector profile that gives me access to a certain chat where I can have conversations with other collectors. I would love a feature where I could potentially know where collectors from this like specific projects, where are they located, depending on like them actually disclosing if they're located in the US or in Europe or in Dubai or in Paris or wherever. I would pay for that. And a lot of people will pay for that. Exactly. And it's going to bring more fees. It's going to bring more fees, and they could increase fees. Like they could literally increase fees on each transaction. No one would fucking care. I kid you not. I can assure you. I mean, yeah, you're going to hear some or read some posts on X for the first 48 hours, but then everyone's going to trade. No one's going to realize. I don't calculate when I buy an NFT. I never calculate, hey, I'm going to pay $30 versus $50 on this transaction. Bro, I'm buying a $7,000 JPEG. I'm buying a $30,000 JPEG. Do you really think I'm gonna care if it's like $30 in fees or even $100 in fees? No fucking way. Doesn't make sense. I mean, that would be dumb. Just not. It's not. It doesn't make sense. It's be dumb. Completely dumb. And so yeah, that's pretty much how I see things happening. I really think that when OpenSea understands that, we're gonna have some unlock on the NFT level. Where that's my opinion. We're gonna have some unlock once we refocus on collectors. Number one. Number two, I also think that crypto Twitter, crypto X is not being supportive of NFTs. And I'm gonna explain it. A lot of people are scared of NFTs. A lot of people are scared to talk about NFTs. A lot of people do not find NFTs attractive because of royalties. And I'm pretty sure we can find a solution for royalties, at least a partial solution, and that's gonna help. Number three, I really do think that every project should start, in my opinion, I think every project should start really focusing on growing their community IRL, which is what you guys doing, which is what Azuki is doing, which is what Pudgies are doing, which is what Punks are doing. And I think other projects should follow. And we should embrace other projects coming into the space because it would bring in more collectors, right? Meebits is doing it with the soccer thing. That's number three. And last but not least, which is why I'm telling you, I think we're getting blocked, is X. X had the NFT profile picture. They had the NFT profile picture. What happens? They had the NFT profile picture. Why did they drop it? Why drop one of the features that was kind of a way to prove ownership of something? My opinion is that they're going to bring it back, but they need to have skin in the game to bring it back, just like they did with InfoFi. It's understandable. It's a business. They thought to themselves, like, why keep it if we're going to spend money on it and we don't have skin in the game? We have literally no skin in the game. So what they would do is provide you with a higher tier subscription saying, hey, do you want an NFT PFP? First of all, Elon is going to drop his own NFT collection. And then he's going to say, and remember that, I hope this is actually saved, because he's going to say, actually, NFTs are an interesting way to prove ownership and to prove identity. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my own NFT collection and I want you guys to buy it. And I'm going to drop 10,000 NFTs that look like Elon or are maybe Martians or space astronauts. And then he's going to sell those NFTs. And he's going to say, by the way, we're reintroducing NFT PFPs, but it's going to be at a higher subscription. If you want it, well, you pay the subscription, and guess what you can do? You can add my PFP or my NFT as a PFP, one of the tokens from my collection, and that's gonna give you notoriety. So I'm gonna follow back a few of those who are actually rocking my NFT, and this is what's gonna happen, guys. And this is what's gonna happen at some point when monetization is all in on X. When crypto is all in on X, when you can easily pay and transact, this is what he's going to do. And then NFTs are going to be back. And then people are going to want to put punks on as PFPs. They're going to want to put apes. They're going to want to put Azukis. And Grails are gonna have demand. I think it's the way to go. I really think it's the way to go. And this is what's going to happen. Right? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to just give you a sense of what's happening, share with you guys, and yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting any comment from YouTube, but I'll try to fix that for my next stream. So I go on streams regularly. I'm gonna make it more regular and then share the post so that people can set their reminders, because that's the way it should happen. So people like see when am I gonna be on a stream, and you can kind of join in if you enjoy the conversation. And I could have guests as well. I mean, I think I might be able to invite guests into the stream, and that way I can potentially have a conversation on so many topics when it comes to NFTs and when it comes to crypto, to trading, because I'm trying to mix both, and I know that a lot of people are not gonna enjoy it, but some people are gonna enjoy it. I do enjoy it, so I'm doing what I love, and it's fine. Whoever wants to join is gonna join. Whoever does not want to join, they're just not gonna join, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. MK, thank you for participating, bro. Appreciate the support, and definitely next year I'm gonna be in Art Basel. Definitely gonna be there. Have a good evening, guys, and let me know in comments on this stream if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and see you in another stream.